What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Bitcoin. I just want to do a quick little update because we haven't talked about it in quite some time. From top to bottom here, we haven't really found resistance in a significant area, though I think this is significant enough for us to turn around. On a wicking basis here, we actually tipped this area. On a closing basis, we found resistance in the same area, and it looks like we're coming down. We do have 4 days and 21 hours left in this week. That is more than enough time. We're only down 3%. That's more than enough time for Bitcoin to turn bullish. But at the moment, I got to be honest, looking at this weekly RSI, you guys, looks like we rejected this zone up here, which we've rejected. It's just lower highs, lower lows. It looks like we're in like a channel, but not going this way. We're going this way, right? We're coming down. I just can't go that way. So we're coming down in this channel. With this look, finding resistance up here, I would think we'd come down and find support at a lower low in this weekly RSI. That would, in my opinion, imply that we are going to see lower prices than this here. And where could we go? Where could we go? If we look at this, let's see, from bottom to top, our 382 has yet to been touched. And generally speaking, the 382 is a common area to go to, right? I would think that if we came all the way down to this 382, that our weekly RSI would come down to the oversold zone. And that'd be a nice area for a potential reversal and to continue things going upwards. But at the moment, that would imply further downside, right? It'd be perfect because Bitcoin has this kind of like double bottom look, right here, where you've got that low on the left, that low on the right. They're very close to each other, and we went up a little bit, but we didn't actually break this previous area of resistance, and we just have a lower high overall. It'd be very classic for Bitcoin to break this area of support just to bounce right after barely going below it, right? Just to psych people out, make them think that this isn't bull market time. Things are going back down below 20K or 220K, and then turns around when everybody sells their stuff. Because not only is it the 382, but this is also an area that, on a weekly basis, we have weekly closes here, weekly closes here. It's a previous area of resistance that we could confirm as support. Now, on a monthly basis as well, if we look at this, previous monthly closes here, opening and closes here, this area around 23,100 is also an area to take into account. Previous resistance turns into current support. Maybe we don't find support at the 382 on this fib. Maybe we find support a little bit lower, but I would expect somewhere in this area is where we're going to go. If we take this fib here from low to high, your 1272, your 1414 are right in that zone. The 1618 is even just a little bit below 23 grand. Could we go a little bit below that? Sure. These are not lines. They're not. They are lines. They're very much lines, you guys. They're not walls. They're not brick walls, stone barriers. They're ideas. So can we go below it and things are still fine? Yeah, definitely. But the 1618 leaves us down to about just below 23K. The 1272 would say just below 24K, right at 24K actually. So I very much would think somewhere between these lines is where we would go, but it is possible we could go lower. I don't think we're going to go to 20K. I really don't. I am leaning closer to that like 23 to 24K area. I would say probably just below 24K, honestly, is what I'm thinking, but we could go lower than that. It is possible. All in all, looking at the daily too, we have this uptrend instead of the downtrend that we have on the weekly, right? You can see downtrend. On the daily, we have an uptrend, which it looks like we've broken out of. If you took a trend line here, I remember making a video my last time talking about Bitcoin that this was our one hope to maintain this and go higher, but we were already at the end of our ropes, right? Well, we've broken through it. We've broken through it. Things are not looking good. With a fresh break like this, I would expect to see some more impending downside to come. So, especially for altcoins, this can mean some turmoil. We might actually see some bigger dumps coming in. I don't think that all altcoins are going to do that. Maybe not. Some altcoins, you guys, are doing what we see in the beginnings of the bull market. They're kind of doing their own things, right? They're doing their own things. Bitcoin might be going down and other coins are going up, or Bitcoin might be going up and these other coins are going down because they just got done moving up, like Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash started its run down before Bitcoin. It actually has the same look. If you look at this, right, go to BCH. I know this is a Bitcoin video. It's like comparing fire to lava. But here, same kind of idea. You had this uptrend, but you broke this a while ago. You actually were showing these signs a while ago. You topped off before Bitcoin did. So just showing things are kind of doing things outside of Bitcoin. Not all of crypto. Most of crypto is going to follow Bitcoin, but it is possible for some of them to do things differently than Bitcoin might, is all I'm trying to say. So just because Bitcoin's going down does not mean all cryptos are going to go down, but I would bet most of them will. And most of them will probably go down more than what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin's going to drop down to, let's say it goes to 23K from here. 23K would be all the way down here. That'd be a 15% drop. Let's say it does that. That would mean that most cryptos are probably going to drop twice as much, right? Like Bitcoin drops 10%, everything else drops 20%. That's how it normally goes. So you could expect, and that makes sense. A lot of the TAs I do, I feel like I see 30 to 35% drops, 30 to 40%, 50 to 60% drops coming in. So that does make sense in my opinion, but just be prepared for that, right? If Bitcoin has this kind of projected, maybe it's a 15% drop, maybe it's a 13% drop, maybe it's a 10% drop. Everything else, mostly everything else, is probably going to drop more. You know, especially if it's just gone on a run, you have more room to kind of come down. So, anyways, main idea, broke this daily trend here, not a good thing. Weekly trend is in a downtrend on the RSI, not a good thing. And we haven't even hit our 382 on this overall scale here. From the cycle lows to the relative highs that we just had, we haven't even hit that. So I think until we continue higher, before we break this high, I do think we're going to have to hit this low here. A lot of people are calling for 40,000, 38K by the end of the year. I don't think we're going to be there, guys. I really don't. I think we will be below. We'll probably be at 38K to 40,000. We'll be around there toward the halving, which is in April. We're in October now. April's the 4th month after December. October's 2 months before December. That's half a year, you guys. That's 6 months, essentially, before the halving. So be prepared for some slight downside in that time and some overall stagnation. I very much don't expect that we're going to see dramatically bullish moves until then. You know, maybe, of course, when we find our low, we'll have a nice positive reaction, but just, you know, I'm talking about things that are further out from now. That's not normally my style. What I really want to do is just talk about right now, and I do think right now we're going lower. I think it's obvious we're going lower. You know, we take this low here, you got these lows here in line. We're already breaking through this trend line. A daily close here would be the dagger in the heart that we need. Low to high, below this 382, same thing, man. So I don't think that this 618 or the 69 will hold. It's possible it could. If we get a positive reaction out of here and we come out, it is possible. You know, a lot of the bear stuff I was saying can go away, but I just with the way the RSIs look, I personally don't expect that. So down from here, probably making our way down to that 23,000 to 24,000 area, and then from there we can talk about bullish things. But until then, it's bearish things. So if you guys like the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to see more. I appreciate all of you. Take care. Bye-bye.